colleague for many, many years on the local bench. We had an amazingly good time at circuit meetings and local judges meetings and EdCon, and we also had some not so good times at certain meetings, but that's all part of any job, I think. But she was always a fabulous colleague. She had a fabulous sense of humor, and I was always impressed from early on at her obvious skills, even when she was a young prosecutor. I will talk about her career just briefly. She had a bachelor's degree from the University of Illinois. She obtained her JD from the University of Illinois College of Law in 1982. She was an assistant state's attorney and a lead prosecutor in the Champaign County State's Attorney's Office for 17 years, from 1982 to 1999. Her special passion as a prosecutor was helping abused and neglected children, and having been at the courthouse, I can tell you that along with family law, the abuse and neglect stuff is not, especially as an attorney and even as a judge, it's not the most sought after job, but she relished her role in the abuse and neglect field. She also advocated for victims of violent crimes. She worked tirelessly in the area of abuse and neglect and in prosecuting major felony cases from sexual assaults to murders. She also developed an expertise in the evolving field of forensic DNA. In 1999, she was appointed by the circuit judges as an associate judge in Champaign County. Luckily for Champaign County, Judge Ladd was elected as a circuit judge in Champaign County in 2004, and she remained a circuit judge in Champaign County from 2004 until her retirement in July of 2020. So 21 years as a judge, either a circuit judge or an associate judge. She presided over the civil division for 5 years, and then she presided over the criminal and delinquency cases for the last 9 years of her career. And her outside activities that I want to just briefly talk to you about are amazing, both as a judge and at the present time. She's been an adjunct professor at the U of I College of Law, teaching trial advocacy and advanced trial advocacy from 1993 until the present. She's been an instructor of advanced trial advocacy for the Illinois Appellate Prosecutor's Office from 1993 until the present time. And in fact, as we speak, she's up in Chicago teaching to that same appellate advocacy position. She was appointed by the Supreme Court as a judge to teach various courses in criminal law and evidence at the education conference for our state judges. She has lectured in DNA and trial evidence in Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, and the National College of District Attorneys in South Carolina. She's conducted statewide DNA trainings with the Illinois State Police Forensic Labs. She's presented ongoing trainings for DCFS and child protection agencies, and she was appointed also by the Illinois Supreme Court to a special committee dealing with the drafting of Illinois evidence rules that subsequently led in, I believe, 2010 or 2011 to the adoption of the Illinois Rules of Evidence, and she was on that committee until December of 2021. She served on the Governor's Forensic Science Task Force, and she received the University of Illinois College of Law Distinguished Alumni Award in 2009 and the Bench and Bar Award in 2019. In her personal life, she's been married to Rick Holes for 40 years. She just celebrated her anniversary with Rick, and together they have enjoyed raising German Shepherd dogs and are very proud of their most recent dog, Cody. As a final thought, I'm not really sure how she had any personal time at all, and I'm just exhausted even reading this. But I think my final comment says it all about Judge Ladd. I was talking to her last week, and I said, what do you think your most professional accomplishment was? And I thought she would say, teaching at the law school, becoming a circuit judge, being appointed by the Supreme Court for all kinds of committees, her work in forensic DNA, and much to my surprise, she said, you know, what I'm proud of the most is when someone I worked with in the abuse and neglect field would come to me many years later and say, you know, because of your support and your help many, many years ago, I can lead a normal and productive life now. And likewise, when I had a student from the law school come to me and say, Judge, I admired you. I admired the fact that you were a woman litigator, and because of you, you gave me the confidence to go into the litigation field. And I think that says it all about Judge Ladd and speaks volumes about Judge Heidi Ladd. So I'm very impressed, and to give her this award tonight. Now, as you know, you're going to get tired of hearing me after a while.
Never, Judge Blockman.
Ladd also wanted me to read a statement tonight, and so I'll close on reading her statement to you. Need my glasses. Being retired here. I wish I could be with you tonight to express my appreciation for the tremendous honor and kindness you have extended to me. Unfortunately, months ago, I committed to lecturing and teaching up north for the Illinois Appellate Prosecutor's Office, and I could not back out and leave them in a lurch. At the time, I did not know when the law day dinner would be, and certainly did not expect to be named a pillar. In fact, when Emma informed me that I had been selected as a pillar of the bar, I thought it must be a mistake, given the exceptional and stellar list of pillars that preceded me. I also thought that, geez, this must mean I'm getting old. I am very grateful that she forced me to read this. So my dear friend and now fellow pillar, Judge Blockman, has kindly agreed not only to be my presenter, but my proxy tonight. This class act substitution is actually a step up from the real thing. I'm sure about that. No one gets where they are without a lot of help and mentoring, and my career touched multiple people, including family, friends, and colleagues. I wish I had time to name all of them, but I do want to give a shout out to my husband, Rick. He has always been my island in any storm. We met when I was in law school, and instead of heading for the hills like any wise person about to marry a lawyer, he stuck around, putting up with long nights of work and far too many fast food dinners without complaint. There were times when the living room floor in our old family farmhouse was covered with crime scene photos and documents, and he never said a word, although I wonder if it was a good excuse not to vacuum. I was also very fortunate to be in Tom DeFanis' state's attorney's office back in the 80s and 90s and try difficult cases with some excellent prosecutors as co-counsel against some equally terrific defense attorneys. Judge Garman was and has been an inspiration for me. I consider myself incredibly lucky to grow up practicing and learning in the courtroom of Harold Jensen, Bob Steigman, and Jack DeLamar. That experience counts as law school Pardue. I think she put that in there to mess me up because my French in college was not very good. But in any event, I got through it as well as I could. And I'm grateful for sharing the friendship of my judicial colleagues, those basking in retirement, and those in the trenches on the bench. The courthouse is filled with many unrecognized and hardworking people, including probation officers, court security officers, court reporters, and clerks. Please take time to thank them for what they do. Although she is not here, for all of you who have ever met Linda Osborne, you know she is incredible and deserves the credit for just about everything that went on in my courtroom. There is no way to acknowledge the clients, victims, witnesses, defendants, and parties who have touched our lives, but it is one of our greatest privileges as lawyers and judges to have a job where we are given someone else's trust. And that is even more profound when you hold that faith and future of a child in your hands. It is a gift to have the power to stand up for what is right and help someone and change their lives. I will always be in awe that because of the jobs I held, I was entrusted with that power, and I hope I was able to accomplish those goals. To receive the recognition from my peers means more than I can ever say. It has been my privilege to work with many of you and see you in action in court over the years. At a time when legal representation is more needed than ever, it is apparent that the people in Champaign County are very fortunate to have such a strong and dedicated bar with so many talented attorneys and judges. Retirement is wonderful, but I do miss the camaraderie of seeing the attorneys and chatting about family and life events before court hearings. I look forward to doing just that at some future dinner. Thank you.